Yeah. Shouts out to Erica Badu and 3K. Yeah. High school niggas and bitches who called me dumb ain't finished college. Mothers I once dated learned I wasn't good but forgot the knowledge. Sometimes I figure it out before the time as if I'm a prophet. Cooler heads prevail, I'd be crazy if I tried to stop it. If moms leave me too early, I'll put her face in her clothes, block it. Don't know how much time she got, I need her on beaches with the money profits. She said keep away from evil behind the door, I'll be sure to lock it. Knowing I would beat your ass and take off on any other nigga like rockets. But what the fuck that's gonna do for me? I don't gain shit. I just block you and every other lame that you hang with. I know you hate the topic. Too much of my future built behind walls. Tears on too heavy bars held for me to drop it. CPD just gonna put me behind cells and block it. So what I'm gonna do with all this pain? I know they hearts ain't the same. Tryna stay in the right frame of mind to hold these messages. What to do with what I gain? Or how greatly I've been trained to deliver my promise. Holding on to these messages. Peace be with you, I know it's hard still. She lost her father, he was never really there for her. He'd been lost his daughter. Nothing changed, another black man absent of a plan. He do his thing, living the second half of his life being a burden. Mom's ordained. So what I'm gonna do with all this pain? I know they hearts ain't the same. Trying to stay in the right frame of mind to hold these messages. What to do with what I gain? Or how greatly I've been trained to deliver my promise. Holding on to these messages. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do with all this pain? I know they hearts ain't the same. Trying to stay in the right frame of mind to hold these messages. What to do with what I gain? Or how greatly I've been trained to deliver my promise. Holding on to these messages. On me, let the leaves fall. I'm fresher than November 27th, right before I plan to see my reverend. Thinking on how I was born separate. Niggas 6'9", whine and make excuses instead of being great. How the hell is that even accepted? They'll never get the message. Working with other niggas just go to my detriment. Every line I write myself, I guess that's how it goes. I plan to be the face of my own. You won't see another soul on city billboards above claiming they gold. Blacks in they defiance, niggas who never had guidance. Women bitter about being wanted but was never reliant. These are forever days, just hoping for better stays. OBJ, I open my hands up to giant plays. 25 on the wheels just for my day-to-day. That shit kinda silly, but it take me from place to place. Been shot at in it, I'm guessing it be my safe place. But how much is my life worth? How much will a nigga face?
KTG.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. I'm gonna tell you something straight off the motherfucking press. I ain't coming for no foolishness, and I'm blessed. You don't understand. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
Where did we go wrong? How did we find ourselves hoping there's just an inch of life for us trying to hold on? I'm proud to be the only king. Kinky, curly, downright black and dirty, full of neurons. Let's find breath within our lungs. Inside we fight for what's right. Let's overlook the righteous. We hang our arms. Don't use our voice to link up or to bear arms. Too many lames, cowards and loud. Outsiders toting the guns. Laugh and cry later. Don't do me no favors. She said I'm wrong. Please leave me alone. If I ever face what's that, I just sit here daily, be crying all night long. That's the mental we stay away from. Get around some day ones. Bring about the change that's needed. Alleviate frustrations. I get confused when it's time to pay dues. Old heads won't help like major tools. I'm only 26, dog. What can a little nigga offer you? Unless I got time.
Yo, we appreciate everybody for rocking with us, man. You know, you know what it is, Bedtime Stories. Everybody that tunes in at Bedtime Stories, man, one thing is for sure. We love y'all, man. We appreciate y'all. We want every single person to understand that, because it's the support that matters, and that's the support, and the people are gonna push us forward, man. So we appreciate that. What's up, bro? How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good, man. How you coming today? You know, today's Grandma B Day. Long live Grandma BJ. Gotta
Happy
give a shout out
birthday,
to Grandma,
Grandma
man.
BJ, long live. R.I.P.
Happy healthy birthday. You know what I'm saying? RP to the OG side of the grandparents. How you coming though, bro?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. You know, we got a phenomenal topic. Everyone that comes in, please like, subscribe, comment. Please hit the notification bell to refrain from missing any of our content. We appreciate everybody tuning in with us today, man. One thing I want to make clear before this gets started: I love all my black people. You know, I just want to say that. But before we get started, I want it out the way, because at the end of the day, we've grown up in a society where you're forced to be in a melting pot of people who are experiencing the same ordeals, systematically, surface level, relationships, economic, whatever it is. So I want the audience to understand that we understand that very clearly,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and we not looking to actually, to be honest with you, we looking for all support. But within looking for support, we also need the truth. And sometimes, you know, some people may look at you differently when you're searching for the truth. They may get, you know, emotional about it. At the end of the day, we don't care about that. We want the truth, and we want to support the truth as people look to support us. That's all I'm saying, bro.
Nothing but the truth. I mean, you couldn't hit it on the head, any better. We speak from the heart, we speak from the soul. You can look us in the eye. The eyes are the gateway to the soul. And you can tell we ain't playing. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. Like Brady Mac said, man. Ready to do it at the end of the day. Like, comment, subscribe, share. It's free. It don't cost nothing to like. It don't cost nothing to share. It don't cost that. You ain't got to pay nothing to do that. A simple like is fine. We appreciate that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So without further ado,
We don't trust you niggas.
let's get to it. First things first. First things first, man. So
Talk to
I'll be giving a couple of slides here. Okay. I'll be giving slides, and these slides will be a reflection of the monologue that I'm gonna give. And we're gonna talk about it. I want every single person in the building right now to please open your hearts and minds and your ears as we try to progress a group of people, African Americans, black people, within the actual system. Okay, from
I don't
within
like how
the
you said black, bro.
huh?
I don't like how you said black. I don't like how you said black, man.
As we try to help, not only help, we honestly trying to figure things out. We trying to figure things out, bro. I don't know about you, but I've only been on this earth for 32 years, so I'm trying to honestly figure out what the hell is the problem with everything.
I mean, I'm 29 years deep in the game on this earth. It's this earth is full of turbulence. It's a free will earth though. That's how God designed it for us. So people let their mind win. Sometimes when the mind wins, you can do some crazy things. You gotta be able to conquer your mind, body, and soul. It's a reason. They don't just say that for no reason. You gotta be able to conquer your mind, body, and soul, and that's when you really make the right decision making or be on your way to transitioning to something fruitful and rewarding in life instead of having a lot of just uh, loose foundations that's not really standing on anything and just going day to day. You got to have a strong presence of self. self I can't even say that word, self reliance, self.
Okay.
I gotta have a self willingness to understand that this thing can really, life can really take you all type of different ways, but how you respond to it and how you bounce back, or however you respond to adversity, is going to determine the character that you're in. A man is not judged in good times, but he judged in the bad times.
100%. 100%. 100%. So we have 10 segments right now. This is number one. The first one, gatekeepers, not guardians. We're talking about
Okay.
the black people within the black community. Internally, we asking questions and we giving statements right now.
Insubordinate.
What'd you say?
I said insubordinate.
Insubordinate. Gatekeeper, man. Gatekeeper. So we talking about we talking about you black folk that you get in your position. Next thing you know, you don't want to give nobody else a chance. One of my mentors told me this before I read the monologue. It's gonna get heated
Okay, go
today.
ahead. So
It's gonna get heated
that's
tonight.
why you mad. That's why you mad, man.
One of my one of my mentors said, "Yeah, it's this is one of the first jobs I had under a big corporation, also a big institution. Yeah, when I bring you along, this black dude, he came up through the ranks and somebody gave him a chance, but he turned around and don't want to give you a chance to prove myself, a chance to develop, a chance to actually have some sort of requirements of myself and prove to him that I can do what he's asking me." See, we have to be careful when we're talking about giving people an actual genuine chance. It's like sports, right? If I'm a coach, I may have 9 players, but those 5 I brought in as recruits, right? We talking basketball right now. I bring in as recruits. I'm dependent on those 5. Not only that, I'm showing favoritism on those 5. The other 4 people that are here to practice, I won't even give them a chance to compete.
Damn.
I ran
Cold.
into that too. But I fought my way up out of that. Was a leading scorer, help lead us to regionalship, but I digress. My point is,
Talk your talk. Talk your
my
talk.
my point is, just like all aspects of the community, people will put you in a position where they don't give you a chance to prove yourself, won't give you a chance to show your light.
You
And
gotta
black people do
understand,
the
bro.
same shit. Now we ain't put nobody else on the shelf tonight, but black people. Go ahead, bro.
Oh man. Oh, you mean business?
So
Well, I was gonna say, man, with Negroes, for some odd reason, when they show gratitude or somebody gives them a chance, you gotta be able to return that favor. You have to be able to return that favor, and that's how you really determine if you're a good person. You're not a good person just because you give away, not giving away money, but giving away a chance. That's a big difference right there. Because anybody can give you some money, but when you give somebody a chance to set up their family, now you really care for the people now. It's a real meaning behind what you're doing.
true, genuine people, true, genuine leaders. I'm sorry. True, genuine leaders do not build pedestals. They build ladders for the people that's
Mm,
coming behind them.
okay,
Are we gonna give you all the smoke today? All the smoke
that's
you
right.
want. So please, all the elders, all the people 45 and above, and everybody else, please listen up. I'm. We do these segments because we just get tired. We get tired of people joking around. We get tired of people doing pranks online all the time. We get tired of it. We get tired of it. So let's stick with the schedule, bro. First monologue here. Gatekeepers, not guardians. Every community needs guardians, people who protect access and open doors. But sometimes
Mm-hmm.
what we get are gatekeepers, individuals who finally gain proximity to power and decide no one else deserves it. No one else deserves entry. They don't protect progress. They protect position. And when that happens, advancement stops, not because talent is missing, but because permission is withheld. What you think about that, Josh?
Um, brothers don't like to build generational wealth. Brothers like to be the superstar on the team. It's all on me. I put it on my back. it go through me and with me. That's basically what they're saying. You shouldn't be on that at all. You got to be able to. Certain people in certain families, they build wealth through families, but they pass it on and they give those positions to that family member or whatnot, things of that nature. You got to be able to do that. If we're not doing that, it's not going to be possible for us to really elevate as a culture, as a community, as a people. You gotta get there and reach back. And when you reach back, don't be scared to reach back and lift up. Don't just reach back and get information. Give a position. Don't and stop hating on the youth, because at the end of the day, the youth is the future. So right now, it's just the black community. We worship all the wrong things. What's good is bad, and what's bad is good.
Yeah. Will said what I always say is this. How come you don't come to the table with an open mind? How come every single time you get a position of power, you don't think, hey, you know what? I can actually, that young sister right there, she's bright. That young brother right there, he got some very cool ideas, some innovative ideas. I want to actually bring him in and show him how I was able to make this business work for myself. I actually want to bring him in and show him how I got this position. The only thing, there have not been many black people, and I grew up in the black community. There should have been more. I
Mm-hmm.
only was able to actually scratch the surface of access when I made more of myself, when I went further than what was actually expected of me. So if you're not asking those questions, unfortunately, a lot of black people are holding what they have to the chest. I understand why, but just because I understand it don't mean I have to agree with it.
Mm-hmm.
We have all of these opportunities as black people to push a different narrative. You have somebody like myself who has come up through the ranks and have seen at plenty of other institutions, they getting paid a little bit more than what the budget warrants. They doing a little bit
Mm-hmm.
more than what the actually environment warrants. So what that means is you make that environment so hostile for other black people coming behind you, you prevent growth, you prevent true economic freedom. This goes for, in my line of work, education. What you'll rather do is you'll rather hire a person who just graduated, who may not have the PEL, hire them for a position as a provisional cadre versus someone else who has a PEL. You'll have to pay them more out of whatever $200,000 you make in a year. Your $200,000 may have to go to 170, 160. So, but you'll pay the person just coming in instead of paying the person that's actually more qualified. I'm not telling you what I read. I'm telling you what I know, man. I'm telling you what I know. Another instance, you got somebody else who's an actual, I would say I, grew up knowing them.
Okay.
They're an assistant for 20 to 30 years. Finally get a teacher role. Finally. And the assistant that's under them, as soon as they walk in, a black young woman, treat them like trash. Multiple people like trash. I don't want to hear nothing else about the white man, bro. Because I'm sick of y'all, man. Plenty of people that I'm around, they got down energy. Their energy is bad because you got people older than them sucking the life out of them. Just because they feel like they holding some sort of resentment because of what they haven't gained already. We don't know your life story. We don't know how many times you done fucked up, and you know you have. We don't know how many times, year after year after year, you go and you don't improve yourself.
Okay.
I had my doctorate at 32 years old. You think I chose to get a doctorate? No, man. If it was $10 million or a doctorate, I would choose the $10 million. Niggas come to me like I made a choice. I didn't have a choice, nigga. You come to me like I had a choice. Come on, man. Hey, man. Hey, look,
Talk to the
listen to
people,
me.
man.
You know,
Talk to the people.
we gonna go to segment 2. And we
Okay.
just getting started. For people coming in, please like the video, comment, subscribe. You know, we gonna go to segment 2. This is a goodie. The passing of the torch, which a lot of us don't like to do. Listen, man, there will always be a passing of the torch. It's inevitable. Change is inevitable. And if you're not
Oh my
ready to
God.
make that change, if you're not looking forward to put people in the best position to actually make that change efficiently, then maybe you shouldn't be leading us into tomorrow.
Mm.
Some of you niggas, man, I'm telling you, man, some of you niggas don't have an idea. Some of this you can't even grasp what the hell I'm talking about. So let's read this monologue. Survival does not equal leadership. I'm gonna say it again. Survival does not equal leadership. Survival takes
Mm.
strength. Leadership takes vision. And those are not the same skill set. Enduring hardship doesn't automatically prepare someone to guide others forward. When survival is mistaken for leadership, the bar stays low, and anyone trying to raise it becomes a threat instead of an asset. Go ahead, bro.
Mm. Man, I'm following everything that you're saying right now, Doc. Because it's definitely the community. Go back to that. What's that first thing you originally said?
It says, I'll read it again. Survival
Read
does
that for
not
me real
equal
quick.
leadership. Survival takes strength. Leadership
Not
takes,
before that.
huh?
Before that though, like what was the key point when you first kicked it off for the second monologue?
For the second, well, I was just gonna read the second monologue over again.
Okay.
It says, survival takes strength. Leadership takes vision, and those are not the same skill set. Enduring hardship doesn't automatically prepare someone to guide others forward. When survival is mistaken for leadership, the bar stays low, and anyone trying to raise it becomes a threat instead of an asset.
Right. And what I was referring to was when you said the passing of the guard, the passing of the torch, basically.
Right.
You know. Now a famous quote by a famous man, but it's in the Bible, biblical. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was the wisest man was King Solomon, right? If I'm not mistaken. And he asked, I'm guessing one of his workers or whatnot, he asked him to create him a watch or something else, so I can be able to think straight or be able to just, be able to look at life from this outlens in the right way. And the quote was, he came up on, well, there was a watch or some type of piece or whatever or whatnot, but the quote was this too shall pass.
Mm.
In life. All this that we're going through, whatever you're going through is gonna pass. You're young, that's gonna pass. You're old, that's gonna pass. So change is always gonna come. If you don't work together, if you don't put your people in the right situations, if you're not good to your family, if you're not good to your old lady, if you're not good to your husband or whatever you got going on, that's gonna end up passing and something else is gonna take its place. And the seeds you sow, you will reap, whether it's beneficial or not beneficial. It's gonna be an issue one way or the other. So why not, as a people, black people, elevate your family, elevate the culture, put people in positions to be successful. Don't gatekeep and like you said, hold the just try to survive. We're trying to thrive. And people want to survive and be the number one survivor. No, we're trying to thrive. If I'm the number one survivor, that's not good for me. No, I'm trying to flourish. If we can't do that as a people, what are we doing it for? And that's the main question I ask myself, and that's a question as for black people as a whole. We gotta ask each other, why can't we?
Yeah. And I want to lean into something you said. You said we're not just trying to survive, we're trying to thrive. Let
Yes,
me
sir.
tell everybody a quick story. When it comes to black people, we understand this, and many people of minority who struggle a lot and who have come from a past of struggling, who have been underrepresented, misrepresented, underappreciated, marginalized, and disenfranchised. We get all that. We understand, and it takes strength to actually overcome that. It also takes strength to overcome economic circumstances from day one. It also takes strength and understanding that when we get through those processes, in order to do that, we may feel like we're constantly at a fight or flight status. You
Right.
know, constantly. The amygdala is overpressured, right? We got that cortisone always jumping, moving around. always feeling like we are at the brink of some sort of threat. It's overpressured and overworked. But the other part of our brain, the prefrontal cortex, responsible for regulating emotion, dealing with reasoning, it's underdeveloped. These aspects of life in minorities and underdeveloped communities also breeds the people that we see today that are extremely
Mm-hmm.
insecure, without confidence, have no understanding of economic power or language, have spent years trying to get through that. But we also have young people who have dealt through the same mess and have actually come out of it. So my question to you is, if you got somebody like that from the same community, 32 years old, went through those same processes and also have found a way to help not only themselves, but the young people coming behind them, 32 years old, getting a doctorate, actually learning how to navigate people and situations and understand economic progress and build out socialism and build out plans so that we can actually expel the issues of the future. Why not give that person a chance? See, I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna break it down layer by layer. I'm gonna break it down layer by layer. All these things are true. Scientifically, biologically, all these things are true. We have to retain the information, grow as a people, individually, together, whatever else, and push forward efficiently. If I don't understand how to navigate people, I need to actually understand how to do that. If I can't understand situations, I need to understand how to do that. If I can't build relationships with institutions with white people who are holding majority of the money, I need to understand how to do how to do that. So instead of seeing a person like me as a threat and other people like me as a threat, put them on your team, man. We on the same. We trying to get to it together. Stop doing that, because at the end of the day, the things that people have been working on for 15 years, you just not gonna recoup in 2 years, bro. It's not
Mm-hmm.
happening. You know, it's not happening, bro. Um,
And that's why they say call a specialist. I mean, you ain't gonna pay the specialist, but you paying the rookie. It's just how it go.
yeah, yeah. Um, let's go to this next one, man. Scarcity mindset. The scarcity mindset. I'll read this segment here. When people live too long with limited opportunity, they begin to believe success is finite. That if one person rises, someone else must fall. Scarcity doesn't just limit resources, it limits imagination. And a community trapped in that mindset will fight each other instead of the conditions that keep them small. Think about that one, bro.
Basically, man, mind over matter, bro. So your mind can have you doubting yourself for 20 plus years, 25 years, 30 years, 40 years, or whatnot. Your mind has the ability to make you feel depressed. Your mind has the ability to make you feel happy. Everything comes from the mind. So if you're living in poverty and you constantly saying, "Oh man, we poor. It's never gonna get better." If something good happens, you act like it's just, oh my God, this never happens. Your life is gonna go like that. You gotta speak. You gotta not even speak. You gotta think. Forget even speaking. You gotta think positive. You gotta think about your next step. And not only think, once you think, you gotta start acting on your next step. And take the small victories, because the small victories are gonna eventually lead up to a big victory. We just gotta stop looking as a community looking for a big victory. The big victories don't always come at one time. You're gonna get small wins, and then you combine those wins into a big victory. Time goes by. It's gonna keep moving by. But if we gotta stay connected as a people, and I'm not sure is it because the rap music? I'm not sure. Is it because I'm not sure. Is they putting chemtrails in the air that's causing people to act crazy? Like, what's going on? But we got to do better as a people, because there's one life to live. There's no sequel to this, and if we don't start now, because we're the uncles, we're the
Right.
we're the we're the next generation. If we're not holding it down, oh my God,
Yeah,
the next generation.
I thought
Oof.
about crabs in a bucket when I seen this, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I thought about crabs in a bucket and how you know, people who are looking to get ahead in life and they see somebody else doing better than them, that initial why them? You know, they initially
Right.
start hating and want to, you know, say make up
Envy.
rumors. You know, your own family members could do. You know, they think they this, they think they that. You know, friends and coworkers, stuff like that. It's weird, man. It's a weird place, man.
Ain't no, it's not no teamwork around here. Nobody's willing to make a sacrifice to help the next man. They only willing to sacrifice stuff for themselves. And when you gotta, in order to advance, you gotta look outside of yourself and look at your surroundings, look at the people around you, and see, can you elevate either the people around you or elevate your situation. But you can never elevate your situation if you stuck with this um, angry, arrogant, dismissive, combative, non-trying attitude.
Yeah,
And right now, the black community is filled with that.
yeah. And for people who, I do want to touch on this. For people who have not experienced success and they've been going so long struggling, they believe that success is either non-existent or finite. We understand that also. The
Mm-hmm.
goal is to establish what success what success means to you in a relative instance. So, for me, I've understood I have to take the opportunities that come to me and make the best of them. If you know your history and you understand life, I don't know. Will I get $1 million? I don't know. But when we come and we produce and we get paid for it, our pay goes up a little bit, our credit score goes up a little bit. You got to understand, man, it's going to be a fight. Coming from the black community, it's going to be a fight. I don't know what else to tell you, bro. It's going to be a fight.
Yep.
Read up on your history. That's the game. That's the system. So understanding that and getting a chance to actually live to see a better day tomorrow, why treat people that's coming up behind you in a negative way, knowing what they're going through? I'll say this. I've had plenty of black women do that to me. Some black males, but more black women. Why? I don't know. I have no clue. Now, plenty black women have also treated me well. I'm saying this is just people. It's not every single person. This is how people
Right.
are in general. You know what I mean? So we understand, hey, things are tough. But we all are living with these limited resources. We all are being subjected to these conditions. If you don't understand that and take your emotion out of it, which is tough to do, that's why we all got to practice. We got to grow. We got to read, which is tough to do. There's no way you should be going off on somebody who is trying to actually make a better place. When I'm talking about I constantly think about the classroom. I constantly think about schools. I constantly think about hospitals. People are trying to make their environment a better place. You coming in and acting nasty every single day. So we can't, when you do stuff like that, we can't expect you to lead nothing. I don't know. If I was in that position, they would be doing exactly what I tell them to do at a drop of a dime because I told them to do that and they wouldn't have no room to say anything. What I say goes.
I remember Floyd Mayweather.
That's
Floyd
exactly
Mayweather
why you're
told
not in
the ref.
leadership. That's exactly why you're not in leadership. Go ahead, bro.
That remind me when Floyd Mayweather told the ref, the ref told Floyd Mayweather that, man, if he was 30 years younger, he would kick his ass. Floyd took the mic from him and said, nigga, if you was 30 years younger, you wouldn't do shit.
right. 30 years. You did exactly what you was going to do 30 years ago. You ain't do shit.
Right.
So yeah, man. But on a serious note, the scarcity mindset just, holds everybody back. Holds everybody back. And it also limits imagination. Let's go to the next one. Recreating the harm. Okay, this is monologue 4. Power doesn't heal unexamined trauma. It exposes it. I'll say that part again. Power doesn't heal unexamined trauma. It exposes it. And without reflection, people often recreate the very harm they once suffered. Control replaces compassion and empathy. Authority replaces accountability. What was once survived becomes normalized, then passed down as just the way things are. What you think about that one,
Hmm.
Kim, bro?
I think that you know, I think Shannon Sharp may have said this before, but he said if you're not careful, you'll become the very person you despise the most. You know, so if you know in life, you got to be mindful of everything that you're doing. If you're not careful, you will become the very thing that you despise the most. So you know it's going. If you've been a a bad spender when you get older, or when you get to a certain point of power, you're going to still be a bad spender. It's going to magnify that 10 times. So you got to be very mindful and aware of what's going on.
Yeah, yeah. You know, you have people who, for some reason or another, they gain weight. For some reason or another, they feel as though they should know more. For some reason or
Yeah,
another, they feel like people should treat them better. For some reason or another, they feel like they should have more money. Have you done any work on those aspects? Have you
faith without
internalized?
works is dead.
Huh?
Faith without works is dead. You got to put in the groundwork to get there.
Exactly. Have you done any of that? Any sort of reflecting on who you are? You got 3-4 sisters that don't want to work with you. Have you reflected on the common denominator here?
Hmm.
That's what I'm trying to figure out, man. You know, you constantly in the same predicament. Life constantly puts you in the same situation for 15, 20 years. You gotta do some
And it ain't
reflecting.
never your fault. Right. It's never
Exactly.
your fault. It ain't never been your fault. None of these times. You know, self observation is the biggest thing to do. You gotta be able to sit back and look yourself in the mirror and point out your flaws. If you can't do that, you're not being real. It's not gonna be no progress. Every day you're trying to strive for greatness, trying to strive to be better and learn something new. But if you can't even admit your wrongdoings, is that's gonna always be a wall up between your blessings and actually becoming what you should be. It's gonna be a wall between that if you've been an asshole to your colleagues. You can't keep the team around you. You thinking that everybody it's always somebody else's fault. No, it's you, bro. It's you.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm also sick of some of y'all, man, who you just been born before another person. And what I mean by that is you've done enough to stay alive
Okay.
and have a job. And let's keep it a bean. Some of y'all have just been hired for diversity hire. Some of y'all are working a job,
Damn.
and to be honest, you don't do nothing at that damn job. You don't do nothing at that damn job. I'm talking to the people who don't do nothing. You also,
Okay.
hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, I could go anywhere. I can go anywhere in the state of Illinois and teach the same position I'm teaching. Can you? Can you go to any school and do it? No, no, because you ain't got the credentials.
Mm.
I'm tired of people acting like they something that they not. And then because you was born before your daughter, you was born before your son, or you was born before your assistant, you was born before a person that you believe you can push your power on and abuse your power, you treat them like shit just because you can make a paycheck and you got a roof over your head when they just trying to strive for greatness and figure it out. It's a lot of you niggas in the black community that do that. And it pisses me off because you the first line of defense we got to get past. It's you. You the first line of defense. You the first person. You the first person with this mentality, this idiotic mentality that have not you haven't grown, you haven't produced any sort of way out for yourself. So what you do is you get emotional, you get angry, and you push that toxicity onto us. That's what you
Mm-hmm.
do. So
It's a fact.
please stop doing that. Please. We would like for you to handle it in a kinder manner, please. So, um, segmentation 5. All right. Segment 5. Respectability as a weapon. Oh man, this is a good one. A lot of people
Mm.
do this, but before I read the monologue, listen, just because you believe you should be respected, just because you're 50 years old, don't mean nothing to me. Don't mean nothing to people who got some good
Oh,
sense. Age does not qualify you for respect. It doesn't promise you respect. It doesn't promise you any hierarchy within systems of truly intelligent people. To me, you're just a 50-year-old goofy until you show me why you should be respected. I'm going to read the monologue. Respectability was once used as a shield against violence and exclusion, but over time, it became a weapon used to silence truth, police tone, and dismiss valid critique. When respectability matters more than results, honesty becomes disrespect, and progress is labeled too much. Think about that, bro.
Man, people taking advantage of their power, taking advantage of their credentials. I think of police officers. When they pull people over for no reason, and you can't say nothing to them, or they finna draw their gun on you, and they forget they work for the people. They work for us. You're supposed to be protecting and serving the people, but you're harassing the people. Older people who disrespect people at work or in workplaces, and they validly would tell a just poking the person in their sore spot. No pun, no diddy, no pun intended. Um, it's ridiculous. People really go out of their way to make somebody else's day a bad day, or just be an asshole for no reason, and that's just really a reflection of what's going on the inside of somebody. They're not comfortable because when you're happy, anybody know when you're happy, you're not trying to do that to somebody unless you're just a bad person. So either you're a bad person or you're going through something and you're not happy. So it's a thin line between that being a bad person and not being happy. And people got to decide what side are they on. Are you a good person? Putting are you really a person that you would want to be? Would you hang with yourself?
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of people won't.
Yeah. And I want to say something. I want to say something. I
Okay.
know I've been saying a lot, but I want to say something. There have been plenty of instances where I see older people, older black people make decisions for their kids, and in the long run, it will be highly detrimental to their future. Like putting something on their credit that's not supposed to be there. Maybe they want a car. We're going to use her credit score. We want a house. We're going to use her credit score. Do you know that this person will now not be considered for a loan moving forward? It'll be very hard because you put that loan or you put that
And
house or
that,
you put that
that's
car on their credit. I remember in college when I was trying to figure out what was going on with my credit. I think I had like a 550 or something like that. I was trying to figure out what was going on with my credit. So I called my dad. I asked him, hey, what was going on? He said he didn't know. I discovered that there was a car loan on my credit. Somebody must have got a hold to my social security or something like that and, put the car loan on there. I had to report. I said, ain't nothing but a no good nigga did this. Ain't nothing but a no good, downright dirty Negro did this.
damn.
I'm telling you what I know from experience. This is why I created the channel. Beyond the book, Bedtime Stories. Please, like, comment, subscribe.
Yes, sir.
These things need to stop in the black community. You trying to get a phone bill and all this, you report somebody else's credit, your kid credit, all this other stuff. Listen, you have to show me respect before I just give it to you. Just keeping the beam, bro.
Talk to the people, man. Respect is earned, not given. And for people doing that to their kids still in 2025 is, oh my God. Like, it just goes to show how much people don't care about their family. People are not people are not as loyal as they like to make themselves out to be. Because if you're a real family man or a true family man, you wouldn't that's just something you wouldn't even dare do to your people. That's absurd to even think about, but it goes on. We didn't see it firsthand. Even putting your kids on medicine, trying to make your kid act like they're slow to get money. Tyrese talked about that. Like, I mean, it'd be tough times. The hood can raise tough times, but the same token, you got to stand for something, or
Yeah.
you'll fall for anything.
Yeah. You will not fool me with a persona of what you believe respect looks like. You believe all the people who use this persona of respect lead with a hammer. Everybody hammers. Everybody hammers. Got a abrasive mentality. Don't nobody know how to talk. You think that white
Mm,
person you met is the smartest person you've known in 30 years. Man,
that's fucked up.
pass the leadership down, man. To somebody who know how to navigate people, somebody who know curriculum, somebody who understand institutions, somebody know how to use the community, somebody that knows something, somebody who's qualified, somebody who can stretch to psychological, physiological, economic, you know, please, please,
Mm,
you know. So um let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. Oh, this is a good one. Vagueness as control. I'm gonna read the monologue here. It says, clarity threatens people who rely on ambiguity. So conversations stay vague. Words get coded. Everything becomes a joke or a misunderstanding. Vagueness keeps power unchallenged because it keeps accountability optional. And when nothing is ever clearly said, nothing is ever clearly fixed.
hmm Basically, you gotta stop tiptoeing and dancing and prancing around people, man. Speaking to my black community, stop giving people bullshit. Stop giving people a run around. Stop giving people half stories. Give people full stories. Where's the truth?
Yeah,
People, nobody wants to be held accountable. Everybody want to keep this clean image. But once you can get past that and realize that hey, nobody's perfect. I think we all got a little bullshit in us. But come on now, we gonna continue to bullshit for our people. We're not gonna make the necessary steps and dedicate our steps to something greater. We can't do that. All for what? Because you wanna tell lies. You wanna make up stories. You wanna not be accountable for your actions. You want somebody else to take the blame for it, and that's
right.
all it really is. It's a coward culture right now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you wanna maintain this fake image. You want. How can I trust you more? You ain't told me shit. How did you become a fat ass person who don't care about nothing and not this smart and you can't talk? How did that happen? How did that happen and you 40 years old? Maybe I can learn from that. You haven't told me nothing. You keep saying you this, you that, and then when I ask you a straightforward question, you do something what I like to call black talk. You say a whole
Mm,
lot of stuff. You talk all around. Yeah, and I bet you, and I can see through you and all this, and then the stars come down, and I said, no way, Jose. You do all this black talk. I ask you a straightforward question. Give me a straightforward answer. So I've experienced this a lot, bro. I don't know if you have, but I've experienced it close to me. I've experienced this in the workplace. I've experienced this with older people especially. That they
mm-hmm.
talk in circles. You ask them something, they rush off the phone. They do anything to distract you from actually what you actually asked them.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact, man. It's crazy out here as far as what people do to manipulate the minds, get people riled up, and they try to pull your strings like like they puppet masters.
Yeah,
And that's why thankfully you're a stronger minded individual and able to conquer that and see past that bullshit and realize that hey, look, I'm not going for it. I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna check you. I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to make myself comfortable in my workplace comfortable. Now I'm gonna stay between the gathered lines, of course, but
yeah,
people need to understand that life is not revolving around you. It's not when you walk in, people don't gotta move out your way. When you walk in, everybody should create space for each other, and that's the problem that we just so much as a community that we having right now is that nobody want to make space for each other. They just want to clear a lane for themselves. No, we gotta build to it's strength in numbers, man. We gotta build together.
yeah. And there are a couple of jewels that I could share right now, but I won't.
Okay,
And
okay.
a lot of us, I'll say this though, I believe a lot of us just need to become better people. If we become better people, it'd be cool for somebody like me to, you know, um, share some bread with you, or share some true game with you, or whatever else. Because at the end of the day, we all in this thing. And certain people may not understand the magnitude of life in general. I've always believed that life was short. And within that, I always tell myself, I only have a little bit of time to make an impact. People
Mm-hmm.
who have known you, let's say older people, elders, because I've experienced this. You right off the bat know when a little kid got that it factor. You know right off the bat. I've seen plenty of kids come past, yo, he got that. There's a kid, kids making paper airplanes. Kids making paper airplanes. Some kids, they throw the airplane, they don't go that far, whatever else. There's one kid, he makes his airplane. The crease is tight. I'm looking, the crease is tight. He goes to the back of the classroom. First try. Phew. The airplane go from the back of the classroom to the front. I said, hey man, you can't be making no more airplanes. Yours work. Yours like you building a jet. Some kids just got it. Some kids just got it. And you know that shit. And some of you try to actually throw rain on their party, man. Poop on their parade, which is sad. Just because you ain't had that it. It's crazy, bro.
That's life we live in, man. People hate to see somebody that they perceive as better than them, and sometimes jealousy is just love and hate at the same time. They want to be in these kids' shoes or trying to relive their life through their kids. Can't do that. You gotta pass the torch. You got to.
Yeah, it's a wrap, bro. When you was 31, you was drinking and having kids, man. Let's just keep it a bean. You was drinking. You was having kids by somebody you probably didn't really want to have a kid with, and you're done. Listen, if you're in the black community, it's extremely hard to have kids and live the life we call a successful life. It's just hard. It's just difficult.
Right.
It's difficult for white people.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
just difficult, man. So, all right, let's move on. It says gatekeeping credentials. Okay, next monologue. We're at 7. This is the 7th. We have 10 total. So this is the 7th. Gatekeeping credentials. Credentials only seem to matter when someone becomes inconvenient. The same standards that were once enough suddenly aren't. The goalposts move, not because the work is weak, but because the competence is undeniable. Gatekeeping credentials is less about quality control and more about comfort control. What you think about that, Brody?
Man, it's like that was a real profound statement. Gatekeeping is corny. Is disingenuous. It's I can't really fathom like what a person will have in their heart to gatekeep somebody from pursuing their goals. That's a different type of evil that you
Yeah.
want to hinder somebody's success because you're not where you need to be. It should be an inspiration for you to see somebody that's want to excel in life and do good with their life and trying to meet similar faces or familiar faces to elevate themselves in the culture. But when you can't get that same love and energy and connection back, that's why some people shy away from the culture and go a different way because it seems sometimes that the culture will take advantage of you or manipulate you or won't give you the keys. They're gonna lock the door before you try to get in with no
Right.
key. You need the keys to the door. You need the keys to the front door, man. Give us at least open up the back door or something. Open up the side door. If you want to get the keys to the front door, can we come through the party through the side? Like, come on now. It's a cold world, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. People, it's about their comfort levels and insecurity. Plenty of people utilize that frame of mind, and it just takes us back one step at a time. I don't understand what the problem is. I worked for this. I studied hard for this. I chose something and I went after it. Same thing with this podcast, with the podcast spinoff of Bedtime Stories and me reaching out to people to interview them. I worked myself up so that people will respect the interviewer. That's what happened. I don't understand why you're so gung ho on keeping me where I'm at when you haven't put in the work, man. You ain't put the work in. You don't have the credentials. And at the end of the day, Your fake comp. I could spot a black person and a white person too.
Mm-hmm.
I could spot people no matter
People,
where you fall. People in general.
right?
Brown, green, blue. I could spot if you faking confidence to me. You trying to, show that whatever you this whole bravado or whatever else, you trying to fake it as if it's competence. Black people do this thing where they'll talk a whole lot. They'll like talk a lot. They'll talk a whole lot, about whatever they've done. I know right off the bat, you not really like that. Right off the bat.
Yeah, you ain't gotta talk too much. Sometimes your history speaks for itself. Your history shouldn't be a mystery, like T.I. said. Your history gotta speak for itself,
Yeah, man.
and
I
if
want
people can
that.
feel it,
Say it again, bro.
I said people can feel that energy. Go ahead, though.
Yeah, I want that. I want that cold hard evidence. That's why I'm working on getting that Amex, man. I want that. I want that Amex. A good credit score not enough. I want that Amex. I want that evidence behind me. That's why I went and got the I got the PEL. Everybody can't say that. That's why I went and got the teacher evaluator certification for Illinois. Everybody can't say that. That's why I went and got that. That's why I completed the Type 75 internship. That's why I'm getting a doctor so that Dr. Kimber, the status is there. It's a lot of evidence behind what I've done. That's why I'm gonna stay in teaching because now I know the most important vessel, one of the most important vessels, if not the most important vessel inside of a schoolhouse is the teacher, the gen ed teacher, with whatever subject. So I'm gonna stay where I'm at for as long as I can. So, yeah, man, gatekeeping is crazy. Let's move on. The elders who got it right. Oh, we got some positivity in here for sure. And all of this is positive because it's progressive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The elders who got it right. As you take a look at that, I'm going to read the monologue. It says here, the conversation isn't anti-elder. Some elders understood the assignment completely. They knew their role wasn't to be the ceiling, but the foundation. They made space. They mentored without jealousy. They understood that legacy isn't about being remembered. It's about being replaced well. Let me go before you on this one, bro. I have a mentor.
Mm-hmm.
I have a mentor. I asked him. Great guy, a doctor, well spoken, dressed well, love doing for others, helped me out during my dissertation, didn't hate on me. I asked him, I said, what happened, man? Like what happened from the civil rights era up until now? Who messed up? He said, we messed up. This guy got to be about 50 or 60 years old, man. He said we messed up. So a lot of you that I asked this to, first off, I wouldn't dare ask. But a lot of you have just been faking the funk. 20 years, 25 years of no work, 25 years of lying. I wouldn't dare ask you that. But I wanted to ask somebody who was reputable, who wouldn't lie to me, who wants to see me succeed. He said time and time again, when you succeed, I succeed. He's not the only one who has said this. Another good brother in CPS said, hey, we owe you. We owe you. That's the mentality. Those are the type of people I'm around. I don't know what type. Some of you who raised you? TK Kirkland.
They
Who raised some of
they
y'all
just said
50,
that they don't
60
owe
year old
them.
people, man? Go ahead, bro.
Daddies that said that, oh, I don't owe you. Some of these parents I think they don't owe their kids shit, and that's the problem. Man, you owe your kids your life. You owe them a solid foundation so they can have something to stand on, and that's why this community can be a little bit detrimental to your success if you're not have a strong foundation with your belief systems, or a strong foundation and just being able to continue moving forward and continue to prosper in life. Man, the elders are like a central, a pivotal role in the community. The elders are really, they keep us from falling on our face if you listen to them. And just like we said, as bad elders, man, excellent elders out here that really, really put a good foot forward and has laid the foundation, the pathwork, and groundwork for us to be here today. Not only for the civil rights movement, but I'm just speaking as far as your mama, your mama's mama, and her mama.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and for the fathers as well too. Everybody made an essential, necessary step for us to be here right now. So we gotta have grievance for that, or not grievance. We gotta have gratitude for that. But in the same token, we have to listen to the elders. The elders, they got the wisdom, and to understand the future, you gotta know your past.
Yeah, and this I want to give this person credit. This bridge builder way is by Dr. Maria Keckler. Says think like a bridge leader, someone who has empathy, someone who listens like a bridge leader, act like a
Mhm.
bridge builder. Okay, all those bridge builder people who are building necessary bridges for the future, for the people who come behind
Mhm.
them, which also has authenticity. Talk like a bridge builder. I've heard time and time again people talking down on younger people, having younger people do their jobs. I've witnessed so much foolery, foolish talk, talking about, hey, you know what? You should know everything. I thought you knew everything. Negro, how you thought I knew everything and you don't know everything? I'm only learning from you. I'm only learning from you. How
For
you
real, bro.
how you think I know? And nobody knows everything. It's way too much. But when you know
Arriving
too
at no.
little, that's what you think. You think you, you believe that having a few dollars in your pocket and talking with appropriate grammar is knowing everything.
Hmm.
You think the white person that or a brown person or a blue person that talk to you and can speak well and has a fantastic vocabulary, you think they know everything. That's how that's this is a bulk of the black community.
Hmm.
And it's hurtful, it's disheartening. Lastly, lead like a bridge like a bridge builder. Respect. Lead with respect. Anything else you want to say on this before we move to 9 and 10, bro?
Sure, respect can get you a long way, man. Just being respectful can get you a long way. Remember that, people. Respect can get you a long way.
Yeah, yeah. Some of you black folk, then like if I ever make it to where I need to be, I know who to call and I know who not to call. I'm just say that.
Hmm.
All right. Accountability without disrespect. We can hold ourselves accountable. We can have reflection. We can have conversation without the disrespect. Monologue. Accountability is not disrespect. Naming patterns is not an attack. Silence protects comfort, not community. We can confront harm without becoming harmful. But avoiding
Hmm.
hard conversations for the sake of politeness only guarantees the damage continues unchecked. What you think on that one, bro?
Man, that's a quote for your ass right there. You got to be able to call out the BS. You got to be able to call out the BS. And when you call out the BS, you're not being disrespectful with it. You're not calling somebody out their name. You're not antagonizing the person. No, you just saying, I see you. I see the pattern. I know what's going on. We can't do this if we want to get somewhere in life. There's nothing wrong with calling your mother, your mama, your brother, your friend, your coworker. There's nothing wrong with calling some unusual patterns out. Hey, look, we can't be doing this. If we trying to do X, Y, and Z, we have to be on the same page. And right now, you're not on the same page with me, so we can't do this. No, that if you somebody call it out, don't act like, oh, they're just so. Oh, I can't believe they said this to me, man. You're not the president.
Yeah.
We can
Yeah.
talk. We can talk to you. We can talk to you. And people just gotta stop being so full of themselves. And when you're not so full of yourself, you have room to take in knowledge. Simple as that.
Yeah. It's very hard for somebody like who, again, I broke the science down, a small amount of it. But it's very hard for someone who has been conditioned to react a certain way to take a step back and actually have a conversation with someone who has just told them about themselves, who has just told them what they think and what they've experienced. It's extremely hard for someone to do it. To do that, if you read this book by Ryan Holiday, it's called The Daily Stoic. Okay, it talks about not doing anything, being a person who is able to embrace their emotions but not allowing their emotions to control them. These are principles that we learn as people going through life, trying to be the best of ourselves, adopt them and put them into practice. So when it comes to people leaving things unchecked and silencing other people, that's how the community never gets pushed forward. That's how people have day jobs that they hate. That's how people build resentment. Somebody like myself growing up, if I didn't understand the true meaning of religion or the true meaning of economics, the true meaning of actually being a productive person within society, how do I become a productive person within society? Maybe I get extracted from society. Maybe I end up somewhere else. Maybe I don't become a teacher, all these different things. So this also leads me to say that people avoiding certain conversations is also not beneficial for us at all.
At all. You gotta have them conversations, whether you're uncomfortable or not, because being uncomfortable gets you to the next destination when you
Yeah.
go through it.
All right, we on number 10. Breaking the cycle. That's what it's about. I'm gonna read the monologue for breaking the cycle. It says, if we inherit power and repeat the same behaviors, then nothing has changed. The real test is what we do when it's our turn. Do we gatekeep or do we build ladders? Because the future of the community doesn't depend on who survived. It depends on who chooses to do better. That's a
Mm-hmm.
word. That's a word for your ass. You know, Josh, I'm gonna let you go, but I want to say this. Um, there's something I've thought about. It says, do we gatekeep or do we build ladders? Because the future of the community doesn't depend on who survived. It depends on who chooses to do better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when it's your turn, yes, that's all I want to say. Having the patience and the wherewithal to not be a bad person when you've been treated wrong by other black people, and I'm talking about myself right here, takes a load of willpower. And
Mm-hmm.
to be a person who is not looking to, you know, treat my assistant terribly or treat the next person next to me all nasty and talk about how much I'm this, I'm that in a negative way and not, you know, give them room for conversation. I'm a person that shouldn't be leading because within a leader, we need that type of patience. Within a leader, we need you to be able to resort to reasonable thinking before you resort to succumbing to your emotions. So go ahead, bro.
And that's why you need the leader. I mean, when you have a leader like that, you know, you gotta be emotionally dissect what's going on without having your own emotions get involved in the conflict, so you can make a logical decision. Because when you're mad, logic goes out the window, and you just do some crazy things. You can't stop going through life, even if you're in a position of power, like you say, speaking on teachers' assistants or teachers. Be good to that person. Why would you even want that around your children in that environment, being bad to somebody and trying to make your TA feel down or feel less than? That's just a sign of weakness from you.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, if you're not right, if you live the last 20 years not growing and being lazy and talking crazy and all the above, go sit your ass down, man. That's it. That's all. The simplest way I could put it. Go sit your ass down. We not trying to hear it. You know, not at all, man.
Go say,
You know. All right, bro. What you got for us, man, as we head out, man?
man, as we went through these 10 great talking points, man, remember to respect people, respect yourself, and if you have no foundation, it's gonna be hard, but you can still build your own foundation. And if you're gonna plan ahead, plan to fail. Stay blessed.
Yeah. Well said. Well said. Man. This was fantastic. I'm glad that we did it. I'm glad that I was able to think of things while going through it. The main thing for me, for people that I would love to to help people realize is you don't have a lot of time. And understanding that you don't have a lot of time to make a difference and to make the most of your life, it should put things into perspective for you. I'm 32 years old right now. I just turned 32 in November. So every time I look back on my life, I think I've wasted 4 years. There's a 4-year gap from 2022 to 2026. I'm sorry, I'm tripping. From 2016 to 2020. I felt like I wasn't progressing. I came out of college. I thought I was supposed to have a job. My undergrad is in business, by the way. I went to people applying for jobs. I was in the back of my mama's room, and it was frustrating. But everyone has to go through that. And when you have people, when you have help who truly actually are trying to give you help, you take it no matter what color they are. Because if you know your history, you understand you don't get that many chances, man. You don't get that many. I don't know where this notion came, this narrative that things fall out of the sky for people, but it don't. But it don't. If you knew how many people was actually, praying harder than you, and they just was sent off in the woods and just died, man, bro. Hey, I'm telling you what I know, man. I'm telling you what I know. And for people who tried to escape them hellholes, I'm talking about, if you ever get a chance, please read the autobiography of Frederick Douglass. He planned this route to escape. Everybody knew, the elders. They knew he was going to escape. They knew his plan. And he felt it in his soul that morning that somebody ratted him out. You know who ratted him out? One of the elder niggas on the plantation. One of the people who was just, man, they didn't want to give up the good life. They didn't want to give it up. They thought he was going to mess it up. So they told his plan. Next thing you know, they took him to jail. Man, bro, this is crazy. So please, by all means, man, you won't get another chance to do this again. So for whatever you can do right now, please do it. Time go just like that, man. Time go just like that. I know I'm rambling, bro, but if you got something to say, go ahead.
Man, no, you hit it right on the head, man. Life is like a puff of smoke. You see it, then it's gone. So you got to take advantage of every day. Live your life. Not saying live your life like it's the last day, but live your life with some dedication and some productivity to really make sure that you can advance yourself in life and advance your kids or advance whatever. Advance your mind. Advance your mind, then the body will follow.
Yeah.
It's a lot we can say, but we, hey, come back tomorrow. We can have more for you. For sure.
And this simulation provides a demonstration to the higher power showing who you are. Only then do we soar across the pages of life. Until next time, levitate.